Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this edition of Hope Now, Love and Relationship series. My name is Ruckey Peniel, and I'm bringing you this 47th episode from Zurich, Switzerland. Whatever the weather is around your corner in the world, I hope it's good. I hope you are fine emotionally. You know, this is what all Hope Now is about. I want you to be happy. I want you to enjoy life. I want you to be at an emotionally balanced place in your relationships. And in order for you to have that, I have an exciting guest with me today. I'm so excited about my visitor, my guest today. Dr. Iyabo Websel is joining me all the way from Georgia.
Yeah.
Hey, Iyabo, hi, how are you?
Hi,
Wow, thanks
so
for
good to be
coming on.
here.
Thank you
It's
so much.
such a pleasure. It's an honor to be here with you, Ruckey.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Please, can you tell us more about yourself? Dr. Iyabo, I call her Iyabo. She's actually a medical doctor. She's a pediatrician. She's a blogger. She's a very dynamic lady. She's got so many things going on for her. I'm just going to allow her to introduce herself. Please, can you introduce yourself to my audience?
Okay, hello audience. So nice to be here with you today. You have a fantastic host here, Ruckey. She is wonderful. She is. But nice to meet you all. My name is Iyabo Websel. I'm a pediatrician. I'm a board certified pediatrician. I went to medical school back home in my birth country, Nigeria. And I finished medical school there, and I practiced pediatrics in England for 5 years before I moved to the States. And then in the States, I opened my own practice 16 years ago. So I'm a practice owner, and now I basically manage the practice. I don't practice so much clinical medicine. And if there's any doctors on or any nurses or medical students, it's very important to learn the business side of medicine. So I'm just putting that in there. So make sure that you know doctors should also be entrepreneurs. That's how you really get to be balanced and not have so much burnout in medicine. So remember, Dr. Iyabo said, learn entrepreneurship in medicine.
Come on.
Yes. And then I'm also a writer. I was telling Ruckey before this interview that I love writing. That's where my joy and my healing comes from. I started writing 5 years ago when my father passed. And I just love writing and blogging. I do a lot of blogging. So if you go to my website, my blog is called the Peace Place Blog. Because I'm all about peace and happiness and balance. And that's how come Ruckey and I are partnering, because we're passionate about people finding happiness and balance. So
absolutely.
My blog is called the Peace Place Blog. If you go on there, I have over 120 topics that I've written on.
Wow.
So I'm busy for a long time, and they're all ways to find joy and happiness and fulfillment. I also speak, which is what I'm doing now. And that's it. I'm on the medical board of Flow Health as well, which is the biggest women's app in the whole world. I'm one of the pediatricians on their board. So that's me.
I told you she was dynamic. I'm always very proud of girls. Well done, Dr. Iyabo. We're very privileged to have you on this platform. So your life story is so inspiring. I mean, we've been talking before this. Can you please let me know, however you've been through, just like most people, and maybe probably definitely some of our listeners today, you've been through a very rough patch in life called divorce. I want you to tell us, how did you deal with divorce? Did you feel like you had failed? Did you feel like did you have the sense of hopelessness? How you came out?
To be honest, my divorce was painful. Divorce is painful. I can't even water it down. It's painful. I have healed from it now. I'm in a much better place by the grace of God. But divorce was painful. I was married for 15 years and I was with my husband for 8 years before we got married.
Wow.
So in total, we were together for 23 years. So,
wow.
And the first few years were fine, but when the trouble started back and forth, I tried to resist it. I'm like, there's no way my marriage is going to survive. I tried all I could. But when it came to the point that it was a choice for me to either be alive and thrive and fulfill my destiny and my purpose, or stay in this dark hole. There was a day I just decided, it was long coming, but one day I just decided, you know what, this is it. I cannot do this anymore. My kids need to see me happy. And it was painful. It was tough.
I can imagine.
But you know what? God is tougher. That's what I
Yes, come on.
Yeah. So that situation was tough, but God is so much, much tougher. And then I had people around me that were my rock. I was telling Ruckey about my dad. My dad was just my rock. He was my superhero. And my mom, my parents were very supportive. My mom, of course, was emotional. She was like, how the kid's going to, be fine. How she was worried about my dad was steady. He was my steady rock. He was humble. He had
stabilizer.
Yes, stabilizer. And he said, yeah, but I've never seen you this down before. It's time for you to let this marriage go. Wow. And I'm like, if my own dad can tell me that, he knows that I'm heading down, a path that isn't good. So as soon as my father told me that, I just called the lawyer and I started processing it. And I'm telling you, the day that I moved out of our house, and for me, that for women who are getting divorced, it's a choice, but I always feel that it's best to, and I don't want to advise her because I know there's complexities, but my mom wanted me to stay in a house. She's like, oh, the kids are used to this big house, don't move them. But for me, there were too many bad memories in that house.
Wow.
So I rather cut my losses. I'm like, big house doesn't matter to me. I'm like, I need to start afresh. I moved to a bedroom apartment.
Wow.
My sisters were sharing a bedroom, even though we had all this space in the house. But the day I moved in that apartment and I went to bed, I think I slept for 12 or 14 hours straight.
Wow.
I felt so free. My parents were there with me. And that was the beginning of the rest of my life.
Wow.
That's what I tell people, because I felt free after that day. I didn't feel any regrets or any hopelessness.
Wow.
The process was tough. As I'm saying, it was painful. I cried a lot. I just prayed to God to fix my marriage, and it didn't happen. But after my divorce, moving on, I let the past go. And this is something
beautiful.
A lot of women cannot do that. They still live in the regret. Even after their divorce is completed, they live in the regret, they live in the shame, they don't want to date again, they feel like they're not good enough. No, women, once you decide you want to get divorced or you're out of that situation, once you move forward, please try to heal and not look back.
Yes, I think, what do you think about the role of societal pressure, particularly for women in particular areas of the world, not just anywhere? I mean, I live in Switzerland. It's still huge, it's still huge. It's still a huge thing that people are not aware, like you said, of the complexities of a marriage that's not healthy. I've talked about toxic relationships last year on this platform, that, hey, it's better you are alone and single than remain in a toxic, abusive, emotionally, physically abusive, financially abusive situation that damages not only you emotionally, but then kids. And the society as well. Of course, I don't endorse divorce, but hey, if it comes to that, really, God loves the divorcees. That's the truth. God may hate divorce, but he loves divorcees. And there's a life after divorce. I absolutely love your story,
Yes,
and your resolve.
In God's eyes. We're all equal in God's eyes. Don't feel less of a woman because you're divorced. Don't feel your life has ended because of divorce. I'm aging
like a failure.
When I look at my pictures in my 30s when I was married, I looked like an old woman. People look at me and they're like, how can you be 50 years old? I tell them,
happy, you were not fulfilled.
I wasn't happy. I said, because now I'm living in my purpose. I'm happy.
Come on.
I'm at peace.
Oh, ladies, hear that, and men too.
Yes, I know. So the thing is, of course, there's still challenges. I still have challenges with my kids. It's not easy. Life is going to be up and down.
Life is up and down, yeah.
But as long as you can quickly reset and find peace, you'll glow. You're going to glow from inside out.
Yes.
So a lot of women have aged before their time
because of stress. Yeah.
Because of stress. So why give up your life for one person when there's and I thought to myself, I'm like, there's so many people out there that need my grace, that need my glory, that need my story. There's so many God wants me to touch. But as soon as I stepped out, I started writing, I started blogging, I started sharing my my knowledge and my expertise with the world, and I've touched so many lives. And this is why I wake up every morning, I'm eager to start my day, because I'm like, okay, who am I blessing today?
The sense of purpose is struck. Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Women, please don't sit in your depression, and men, because the world needs you. There's so many people.
Yes.
You'll be surprised as to how people need your gifts and talents. Again, we're not endorsing divorce. Neither of us are endorsing divorce, but it's also not a good place.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not the end of the world.
Just like every other challenge, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so inspiring. And you just answered all of the third question, because I was going to ask you, how did you forge ahead? And you've talked about it, describe now the wait before you met your husband. We're going to talk about your marriage. Yes. What self-improvement and healing techniques? You touched it already, but can you just say that in a few minutes, what you did, during that waiting period? Because you waited almost 10 years, if I remember.
Years. Exactly. Wow. Actually, exactly 10 years before I got married. That's how God wanted it. Not that I planned it. Yeah. Wow. But this time I'll give practical tips. So the waiting period, what did I do? How did I heal and go through it myself? Believe it or not, I started dating as soon as possible. A lot of women don't want to date, and I understand some of us women have young kids. We want, a man to be around a young kids.
Yes.
But then we can use our common sense, and I say that respectfully. I'm not trying to be rude. You don't have to have the man around your kids. You can look for a good nanny, a good babysitter to watch your kids when you go out. Don't let the man meet your kids.
Yeah.
But honestly, to get your femininity back, to get sexy back.
Got you.
I'm not saying have sex with these men, but to get your sensuality back, get dressed. I went on Match. Within 3 months, I was on Match.com. I started going out on dates. A man giving you compliments. You get dressed. You put your makeup on. You have one or two
self-esteem.
Yeah, your self-esteem starts to go up. You don't have. I'm not saying get married to them. I will say take at least 2 years.
Time. Yes, to process.
To process it, but start going out on dates. You don't have to get married to them. You don't have to get engaged to them. Free yourself from being just at home and in depression.
And don't sleep with them.
That's what I said.
Issues, huh?
No sex. Don't go home with them.
Yes.
Don't go home with them, and don't bring
get to meet. Yeah.
You can get to meet. You can have lunch or
have
dinner.
A drink here, lunch here.
Yeah. You can go for a walk in a park where there's many people. Don't go to some secret place because you don't know who they are.
You don't know who. Yes.
Yeah, but I feel that's number one. You can start going out on dates. I read a lot of books. Number two.
Oh, beautiful. I love that.
I read a lot of relationship books. If you look at my iPad, after I got divorced, there were some days I read 4 books. Because I read Christian books, I read non-Christian books. I just read a variety of
learn about relationships. Thank you. I tell them on this platform every time. People go to the university, they go to different courses for certification. Please learn about what makes relationships work. The difference between a male and a female.
Oh, yeah. I learned so much. There was a Steve Harvey book. I know not everybody loves Steve Harvey. I love Harvey.
I love him. Think like a man.
I'm telling you, and he's very talented. I read 2 of the relationship books, and they helped me. Yeah, those things helped me on how you don't chase a man. Women,
no. Make yourself chaste. Oh, yeah.
Stop calling and texting. Stop planning dates. Just sit in your femininity, because there's no way you know if he likes you or not if you are chasing him.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're chasing him, you're not going to give yourself a chance to know if he's interested in you. Because men, if you chase him and say, let's go out to lunch tomorrow, he'll come to lunch.
He'll come, out of politeness, yeah.
So number 1, start dating. Go back into your femininity. Number 2, read a lot of books. Prayer. Again, I know.
Prayer. Got you on that one.
Oh, prayer, I agree. That's number 1 to 10.
It should be number 1. Yes, actually. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yes.
Prayer.
Prayer. And take care of your spiritual and your physical lifeline. My book is titled Permanent Happiness. There are 3 steps to permanent
happiness. I totally recommend you get that book, listeners.
Yeah, and that book applies to every misfortune or any low in life that you're going through. It could be divorce, it could be the death of a loved one, it could be illness, it could be this COVID thing that is going on. You nourish your spiritual and your physical life. Got you. We don't have enough time to go into everything, but get my book. Number 2, you have to use your gifts, your God-given gifts, to inspire and elevate yourself and to inspire and elevate other people. If you're not living a purpose-driven life, you should read the purpose-driven book.
Please.
What's his name? The purpose.
I forgot to.
I forgot.
Rick Warren.
Yes, Rick Warren. If you're not living a purpose-driven life, you're just going to be running around like
everywhere. Helter-skelter.
Helter-skelter.
In Pursuit of Purpose by Miles Monroe is another good one.
Yes, and then the 3rd thing, live by the fruit of the Spirit. That has literally changed my life. Anytime I want to make any life decision, anytime I want to do anything, I think about love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness,
long-suffering.
Yeah, long suffering. So those 3 things will change your life. If you're going through a divorce, get my book, and number 1, number 2, number 3, keep practicing those 3, and you'll find happiness and peace.
Oh, wow. Come on. Preach it, lady.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And let's talk about your marriage. I always like happily ever afters.
Yes.
So having gone through all of these challenges, somehow, suddenly, somewhere, you met Mr. Wetzel. Tell us about how you found true love again.
Yes.
Let's talk about your online wedding, and you had your online wedding during this shutdown. It's the first time. The things we never imagined will happen during this shutdown. You had a Zoom wedding, right?
Yes, we had a Zoom wedding, a beautiful Zoom wedding. We've been featured on Cosmo platforms.
On Cosmo.
Yeah, on Cosmo. We were on TV on LA, on Fox News in Los Angeles. So we've been
you are a star.
Yeah. I got many followers just from the feature.
Yeah, I can imagine. That got my attention too. I'm like, whoa. Yes. There are things we never talked about.
It's not the wedding we planned, but we pivoted and we planned the Zoom wedding, and it was beautiful, just as God wanted it. So we met on Match. We actually met on Match.com. I had taken some time off from dating. So right after my divorce, I did date for a few years. I dated actually a man for 4 years, but I decided I didn't want to get married to him.
Go ahead.
I didn't want to go ahead. So after him...
I love this. Ladies, you hear, Doctor, you have a choice.
Yes.
Do not marry out of desperation. I'm begging you in the name of Jesus. You have a choice. You need to put a premium on yourself, ladies. And men too. Do not allow yourself to be pressurized into a marriage that you're gonna regret in future just because time is running out, or mommy or daddy or your friends or whatever reasons people get married. Well, tell us about, and I love that you also talked about Match.com. So because I tell people, my last guest last week, Joel, also talked about how he met his wife online. It's beautiful what social media can do. And the internet. Please tell us about that.
Yes, some people don't want to do online dating. They're scared.
You have to, of course, do it with wisdom, but please tell.
But the thing is, and I'll say this about online dating, it's the same thing as dating outside. Even if somebody introduces you to someone or you meet somebody at a coffee bar, you still have to do it with wisdom. It's not only on people think, online dating, and they're murderers and they're all criminals. I'm like, but there's criminals and murderers at coffee shops
when you meet too.
So it's the same thing. You just trust your instinct,
and you do the due diligence, right?
The due diligence, and be careful to check them out online. Make sure they don't have a criminal record. And don't bring them to your home too quickly. Just use your wisdom. It's the same.
And don't go to their home either,
Don't go to their home. Not until you get to know who they really are. So we met on Match.com. I had taken a 2-year break because my pastor at church, I remember one day he gave a sermon and it was like he was talking directly to me. Have you ever experienced that where it seems like somebody is saying something and it's you they're talking about? He was like, you know what? If you've been looking for the love of your life, you've been in one relationship after the next, so you just can't find somebody, just take a break. He was like, take at least 2 years off. And I listened to him, and I took 2 years off from dating. I closed my Match account. I didn't even want, people were saying, yeah, boy, I know this person matchmaking. I'm like, no, 2 complete years I wasn't dating. And that's when my creativity blossomed. I started writing and blogging.
Wow.
I was enjoying my singleness.
Enjoy your singleness.
Yes, the singleness is fun.
It's a blessing, yeah.
It's a blessing. I had my quiet time. I blossomed. My practice blossomed. My practice did so well during that time when I had 2 years.
Imagine, because of focus.
Yeah, I was focused. I was writing. I was blogging. I was doing all these things. And then after the end of the 2 years, I wrote a letter to God. It's still in my Bible.
Oh.
I wrote a letter to God about how, God, I'm ready now to start dating. Please bring this man to me. I described all the characteristics, everything I wanted. Up to that, God, please bring me a tall man.
Oh, wow.
I'm laughing because God has a sense of humor.
Yes, you did get a tall man.
I wrote all those things in, and I went on Match.com. I went on 2 other dates, and then one day I just opened my laptop and I saw, Neil Webzel. Oh, I'm British and I'm 6'4". And I'm thinking, I actually messaged him, and I'm thinking, this guy is new to Match. I hadn't seen him on Match before. I'm like, let me get in there quickly. So I sent him an email, and the rest is history. And then he proposed in October of 2019, and we got married in 2020.
Wow, congratulations. Well, congratulations. To talk to people about how they should manage merged families. What 2 or 3 tips do you have, for couples in merged family situation? Just two transformational tips of what any couple in a merged situation already, or might find themselves in a merged family. How would you advise them?
The first thing I'll say before we even get into the tips is, please, before if you're divorced and you're looking to marry, please make sure you go to premarital counseling. It's super important.
Dial my number.
Yes, I wasn't going to go. I was kind of skeptical, but I'm glad I went. Our church said they weren't going to marry us unless we went to premarital.
Oh yes, I agree with them.
And that was wonderful, because there's many things they taught us. And I remember, I'm like a school kid. Once I want to open my mouth, I'm like, yeah, but remember what they taught you in premarital counseling?
Zip it.
Zip it up. So going to the transformational tips, make sure that the kids meet quite a few times before you decide if you want to get engaged or get married. So don't assume that they'll be okay. Don't assume that because you love each other, it's going to be okay. I'm not saying that should be a deal breaker.
Wow.
No, but make sure the kids meet, a few times. They can meet in the house. You can have lunch or dinner. So number 1 tip is have a few encounters with the kids and see how they gel. Again, you may have older kids. The gap may be long, but if you have older kids that can meet up, at least the ones that are in the household.
Wow, yes.
Still need to spend some time together. The dynamics. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, then make sure you talk to your kids, how would I put it, separately and together, about that even though we're merging as a family, the love that we have for them isn't changing. Yeah, for example, if some of your kids may think because you're now marrying somebody, the attention and the love and the focus you have for them may be taken away.
I agree with you. I had to cross that hurdle. Yes.
Yeah, because kids do internalize it, and they start feeling like, oh, now that mom has a new husband, she doesn't love me as much anymore.
As much as before, yeah.
As before. So I had to tell both my daughters that the love I have for you is unconditional. I'm marrying somebody that I do love, but the love I have for you is unconditional.
It's unconditional, yes.
No matter what. So don't feel, yes, I do have a husband. I need somebody to love, and I need a loving partner as well. But just don't feel
it doesn't remove from my love for you.
That's very important. Guys, please don't forget to do that. And
I agree with you.
Discuss that with his sons, and you should do it separately, and then you can do it together. you can get all of them together and just say, you know what, we're here now. You even have more love. You know,
beautiful.
And now
Beautiful
you have
points.
love. Yes.
Beautiful points, yeah, but thank you. I really, really agree with you on that one. And I'll ask you lastly, as an entrepreneur, who else have you described that already?
That makes me shine. I love entrepreneurship.
That's you, and you've done well. I mean, you've had your practice for how many years? I mean, and you talk to people about how professionals. I had to learn that as a lawyer as well, to learn the business part, you know, of the profession. So, but I want you to talk to some lady out there, or maybe a man as well, you know, who, despite every obstacle, wants to, you know, carve a niche for themselves, just like you did for yourself, and dreams of being a successful entrepreneur. What advice do you have for them?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Entrepreneurship, if you're carved out for it, it's not for everybody.
I believe you.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. That's why a lot of businesses still fail, because many people still don't know what it takes. They don't have the good mentorship. So it's not for everybody. But if it's
mentorship, I like that.
Mentorship is important when you're opening a business. You need at least 1 to 3 mentors who've had successful businesses. And remember, it doesn't have to be in your field. Business is business.
Yes.
You can consult me and talk to me about opening a bakery, or you can talk to me about opening a bag shop or whatever. Business, it's the same thing. I'll still give you the tips.
Okay.
To take. So it doesn't have, the person just has to be a successful entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be in your field. But I think with medical entrepreneurship, it's probably good to talk to a physician entrepreneur, because there's some fine
technicalities,
technicalities about coding and billing that you have to learn. Yes, but if you're thinking of opening a business, you want to go for it. It will bring you a lot of balance and freedom and free time and time for self-care. Because when you're reaching your middle age, it's just still having to go to an 8 to 5 job and all that is a lot.
It's demanding, yes.
It's very demanding. It takes a toll on your body. You don't have time for your kids when they're at a critical age in their lives. When your kids are in middle school, high school, going to college, they need you even more than when they were little.
They were younger, yes.
They were younger, and then you're still doing an 8 to 5. You have no time for them. You yourself, you need more self-care, because as we get older, we have to take care of our health.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes. Say that again.
We have to take care of our health a lot. So waking up at 5, 6 a.m., going to a demanding job, not coming back till 7. So even if you love
work,
yeah, it takes its toll. So for me now, I work from home a lot. That's why I'm doing this. People are like, how are you a doctor working from home? Because I've built a business.
You put the structures.
I've put the structure there. I have good staff. I have good doctors that work for me. And I just manage. Everything is what's technical now and online.
And online, that's what I love. Yeah.
Exactly. I look at all the electronic medical records, the billing, this, that. It's easy to do it. So yes, if you're young, you have your whole life in front of you. Start that business today. And if you need help, I'm here. Ruckey is here. I do consulting for businesses. You can check it out on my website. But you will not regret it. Being an entrepreneur.
She's nice.
Being an entrepreneur will completely free you. It's hard. It's not easy.
It's hard. Yeah, we need to let them know the truth. It is hard. It takes a lot of discipline, but once you get the structure in place, it's really fulfilling. I believe you.
Systems, after about 2 to 5 years, you scale it to a certain level, and make sure you don't have a one-man business. Again, depends on the business you do. But in these COVID times, I've also learned a lot about just how a lot of the one-man businesses are not getting any relief from the government.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure, even if it's just 2 or 3 employees, and they could even be part-time, make sure as you're scaling, you're delegating duties, you grow it and scale it, because that's how you're going to have a successful business. Don't keep it all. If you keep it all to yourself, it's not going to grow. You're just going to stay here. You're going to stay flat. If you want a business that is going to go up like that, you have to employ other people. Yeah.
I agree with you. Wow. I'm so sure you're going to come back.
Yes,
I'm so sure. We're so looking forward to seeing you again. It's been such a powerful time with you. So many beautiful nuggets, so many beautiful transformational tips you've shared with our people today. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm looking forward to having you again, Yabo. Thank you.
Thank you.
And until the next edition of Hope Now, if you're watching the replay, you also let us know where you're joining from, what part of the world, your name. It's a one global family. I'm so excited to have Yabo with me, and we'll bring her again. Thank you so much again, Dr. Yabo. And everyone, join us again for another wonderful edition of Hope Now, Love and Relationship series from Zurich, Switzerland, and from Georgia.
Yes, the ATL.
ATL.
Yes, ATL in the house. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.